Hi everybody. I just wanted to share with you a video of how I apply my Color Street nails, and so that's what we're gonna do. This is my first time actually applying the glow-in-the-dark ones that we carry, so this is gonna be fun. Alright, so let's get started. Alright. So first I'm actually gonna use both sets. I have here are for the booze. And that's got some little ghosts on it, so we're going to pull that out. And then I also have the Literally Dead set. I really like this. It's got the stripes in it. So I'm going to pull those out. And so you get 2 strips with each package. And so that's what I'm going to use for that. So let me get this cut open here. Pull one of these sets out. And so you have a better look at that. Ooh, you can smell the nail polish. These babies are super fresh. So what I'm going to do, the first thing is choose the nails that are going to fit me. I already know that the little guys here never ever fit my fingers. So I'm going to go with the pinky, and that'll fit really nice on the pinky. From that one, I think I'll go to the next one here that says Boo. And pick that one for that. I'm going to set that aside and I'm going to go into the next set here. So I usually go to my index finger first. So I'm going to do that one, and then I need something for the middle finger. That one looks like it fits pretty good. Alright, and then I need a thumb. So I have 2 ghosts, 2 skeletons. I think I'm going to go back to a ghost for the Boo. And we're going to go with the big one there. Now I can actually do some switching around. My ring finger generally and my index finger kind of match. So that being said, I think I could go back to a striped one for my thumb. So I think I'll do that. Alright, so here we go. First thing that I do, I have all those set aside, and that's the nails that I'm going to use. So the first thing I need to do is I take a cuticle stick, and I'm going to push back all of my cuticles real good. It's about 9:46 right now, according to my clock. So we'll just see how long it takes from start to finish. But I just like to push all of the cuticle back, and sometimes I'll get like where the cuticle's grown onto the nail just a little bit. You just have to clean that off really good, because you want to make sure your nails are going to be clean for the application of the nail polish strips. Okay, and then I'm going to go to this hand. I know some people struggle with the cuticles as far as it hurting. The more you do it, the more you get used to it. The pushing of it back. I like the rubber ones. They have all different kind of cuticle sticks out there. We have wooden ones, and that'll come in handy in a little bit. You'll see when I use that. It's a double-sided, but I really like the rubber one for the most part for actually pushing my cuticles back. Alright, so I have all of that pushed back, if you can see. So then I have file block, and it's kind of funny because I was thinking that I was buffing and polishing, and then I realized that I actually use the file side. There have been times I use the file side for not filing, but actually buffing. But I actually kind of like it because it does really take the ridges out really good for it. So I'm gonna give that a quick buff. And on My nails, sometimes I have some issues with the ends. So like they double grow over each other. So I just make sure that that part's going to be smooth. I don't want to have a bunch of layers of nails. So I make sure that that's smooth when I buff that out real good. But it's just getting it all off there. For me, it seems to work. I mean, I could get 7 to 8 days out of Color Street nails, even without using the buff side. The first few times that I wore sets, I just cleaned them off, pushed the cuticles back, and I just cleaned them off with the alcohol. And like I say, you can get a decent amount of time out of it that way. But then when I started realizing that I could get a little bit longer by buffing my little bit of ridges out, that's the route that I went. So, alright, so I just want to run my fingers over it and make sure that the edges where I have some of the problem spots are good. And it appears that they are. Alright. So then I'm just going to go to the second one, give it a quick run so it's not as quite, you know, like when you use the different sandpapers, you just keep changing it. And then I'm just going to polish it up just a little bit to kind of help take some of that dust out. Alright, it just turned over to 950, so we're just a few minutes in, and you'll see a little pile of my fingernail remnants here. And we're going to take that off the table. Alright, so now the next step is going to be getting the alcohol nail prep packet out of the packet. It does come with a file that you could also use if you don't have a buffing block. You could do the same thing with that. You could actually even, you know, I mean, if you don't have it, you could even use the end of this to help push back some of your cuticles. Alright, so what I'm going to do next, take the nail polish, or not nail polish, the nail prep pad. I'm just going to clean off my nails to get all that nail dust off. Even go around onto your cuticles because you're going to have some residue sitting over on top of that. Now you've noticed I haven't done anything with the ends of my nails. People have different length nails, and it's just easier for me to apply the nails and then do with the ends when I'm completed. People with longer nails, you're only gonna, you know, depend how long your nail is, you may only get to use the strip for one nail. But normally you can get either 2 manicures, 2 pedicures, or a manicure and pedicure out of each packet. So, okay, so I have this all cleaned off. Just set that aside. Alright, so now we're going to get ready for the application process. You should start with your pinky first. So that's what I'm going to do. So the first thing is peel off the little clear plastic strip. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just going to take that off. Then peel the back off. Now there's a little silver tab here that I pop apart from that and get rid of my scrap. And then I am going to get this as close as I can without getting on my cuticle. I want it to be under it. And then I'm just going to kind of rub onto that. Then from there, I'm just going to take my thumbnail and just push right under the edge of that. And there's the nail. Fastest way to do it. Clean cut. The ghost will actually be upside down on this. Now looking at that, I could, I'll leave him upside down on this guy for now. Oops, it's a little crooked, so I can pull that back up I can peel it just a little bit. Push it off to the side here, I mean. Alright, same thing. I'm just going to kind of push that down. Now that I got it pressed on here, again, take my thumbnail, just go right under the edge of that. Now I have a little scrap here. I do like to keep the little scraps because those work great for some you can use it as patchwork. For me, I also like to use it on the little girls when they come over, then they have nails and we can use the little scrap pieces on it. So now I'm going to go into the second piece here. Do the same thing, peel the clear part away, clean the white, peel that, and there. And we're going to get ready to stick this one, same thing. I like to start in the middle of the back, and that allows it. And then what I can do is also take the cuticle stick. Let's see, can you see what I'm doing here? Sometimes I'll push my cuticle back right there with the nail on it just to make sure. I don't want it sticking to my cuticle because these are nail polish, and when they dry and then your fingernails start to grow, it's going to catch on stuff. And I've had that with years ago with gel nails, and it's creepy feeling having your fingernails catch on stuff. It's kind of a gross feeling. Alright, so I got this one on here, same thing, gonna press it down, again, using my fingernail, I'm just gonna go right under there. That kind of got wrinkled, but I'll straighten it out, stick it on there, whoops, I'll fix that later, got a little scrap there. Moving on to the middle finger. So it's important for you to try to match your fingernails up with the pieces the best you can, because that way they're really fitting in there. Now some people have smaller fingers, so it's kind of neat that they now have the petite sets for people who do have narrower fingernails, whether it's a teenager or whether it's an adult. God gave us all different kind of fingers and hands, and so you just don't know what's going to work for different people. So pushing my cuticle back just a little bit, make sure that we're underneath there, and again pressing, trimming, and then we're going to do the same on the other hand. Yeah, but if I go to the middle, see I went a little crooked there. I'm not left-handed, so sometimes that one's the one I gotta keep moving. So if I stick it at the back middle and kind of keep it straight, then I can start pressing from edge to edge and work my way to the tip. But then you'll see if it's, if it's crooked when you first put it on, and then that's, before you start putting it on the whole fingernails, when you want to reposition it. You don't want to get it on the whole fingernail and then say, oh, now I need to go back and do it, because it's going to be a little trickier to get it that way. Now moving on to my index finger. Pop that baby off. Let's go with the boo. That one I'm going to put back just a tick more. Alright. These are 100% nail polish. They're not 100% dry. I mean, I can touch it like that, but it keeps it, they keep it a few percent short of being completely dry, so that way it can be applied to your fingernails easier, as opposed to one big hard piece of nail polish. So I like to put mine on before I go to bed, because I'm not going to be having my hands under the water, I'm not going to be cleaning, I'm not going to be moving around and knocking into stuff, so it's less likely that I'm going to chip anything, hit like the ends of my nails by doing that. But you can put them on anytime. I've actually put sets on my way to church on Sunday mornings in the quick ride there. So there's no certain time that you have to. It's just suggestion, you know, to try to avoid some water for at least a half hour or so, and keep that that way. So I feel like I can already see these glowing. That's kind of cool, and I just peeled this one. So if we're lucky here, maybe I can get the lights turned off and when we're ready and see what we come up with for the glowing. I feel like if I can get that one, no, I'm gonna just leave it. I don't really like to peel them back up if I don't have to, and that one I already had the whole nail pressed down, so it's a little not as close to the cuticle as I prefer, but that's okay. It's still close. Alright, so now the last nail. This is always the fun one because now you got, it's not just your nail, it's nail with nail polish, which is just a slight thickness more. So let's see if I can get this straight before I go pressing. Nope, I want to put it back just a little more. And I don't know why that one side's wanting to give me a hard time. Come on. And you can kind of stretch them and a little bit. That's the other benefit of them being not dry, not 100% dry. They do dry. That's why by morning they'll be definitely set. I mean, it doesn't take all night for them to dry either, just a few hours, but to like be the 100% complete. But I would wait for sure 30 minutes before doing anything with water cleaning. You know, you wouldn't leave a salon and then go do some heavy lifting and cleaning. Alright, so now you can see there's the fingernails. So what I do is I go back in with this cuticle stick and I'll look around and see if there's anything touching on my cuticles anywhere, because I don't want that. I don't want it to be stuck to my fingers, to my actual skin. They're fingernail strips, not skin strips. So like on here, if you can see that, have just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is take the pointed end of this and I'm just going to poke in here. And I should be able to peel away all that. Now you'll see some of this hanging, but we're going to get that with the clippers here in just a few minutes because that's how I finish my nails up. I'm going to check the rest of these nails. Just make sure that I don't have anything stuck. Okay, on the pinky nail I do have some. Same, I'm gonna perforate it basically with that stick so that I can just peel it right away, right off there. Okay. Alright, so then I just give them a good press. And then I take my clippers and I'm just gonna come through here. This is especially great for the glitter ones, especially if you like the ones with the big chunks of glitter, because you know, you try to file something with a big chunk of glitter, it could pull the whole nail over, nail polish strip over, and already mess it up. So I recommend clipper to get it started, and then you can file later once the nail polish has set. Alright, and then I'm going to do the other hand. And we're at 10:02. It just went to 10:02. So not too bad. Now some people like to put clear polish over theirs. I actually have never done that. And the last set of nails I just got 15 days out of. If it weren't for my fingernails growing, I probably could have got longer. But I took those off so I could get ready also for Halloween. Today's what, the 22nd? So we'll see how long they last. And we can update you on that after I post this video. So this is just a tip for you. Different people do it different ways. And it's just finding what works for you, to be honest. But I love them. I actually should have signed up to, to sell Color Street a year ago, and I kept putting it off. But I absolutely love it, and I hope that you love it too. I'm gonna see here if we got some glowing going on. I want you to be able to see it. It's kind of interesting and fun. So something fun, might be kind of fun to put on my toes too, so when I walk around I can see where I'm walking down the hall at night. So anyway, so thank you for joining me for my video, and if you have any questions, please feel free to message me or comment. Alright, thank you, bye bye.